I was going to make a biscoff quick cheesecake, but I have a better idea. I decided we're gonna actually make a real cheesecake. So it seems pretty easy. I actually found it on the back of this gelatin container. Here's our ingredients, and I cut these in half because I didn't want a whole cheesecake, but here you are. This is where I got the recipe. Got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. You have some butter, and these are actually biscoff crumbs for the crust. And then I have this oat milk eggnog. It's not that I should or shouldn't eat dairy. I usually don't feel comfortable chugging a glass of milk, and I wanted some eggnog, so I got this. And we have our gelatin blooming in our eggnog instead of in water. And here, this is about 1/4 cup of sugar, roughly. Maybe, hopefully, I should take out just a little bit because there's sugar in this as well. But this is something that I decided to add to it to give it more of a maybe eggier, thicker consistency. In this I have 2 teaspoons of meringue powder, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, roughly. I'm running out. In fact, I don't think I have any more salt now. I also added a teaspoon of powder vanilla powder, I should say. I'm gonna add a little more spices because it's supposed to be eggnog cheesecake, so make sure you got those as well. So we have our gelatin and sugar are supposed to go together now, so we'll add our sugar to our gelatin. And our gelatin, let's do like 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and cloves, and then maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let's see how that goes. I realize though that might be a lot if I did it that way, so we'll just add like 1/3 of this. It's a half, and then I'll add, that's cloves. It smells like Christmas spices. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good, and if not, it'll be a really good starting point. This is getting softer. If we can add it now. Just make sure we get it mixed up really well, and go in there and scrape out with your spatula. So we have our slop together, and now we gotta mix it up really well. And then you're supposed to whip it. I don't really have anything to whip it up with right now besides maybe my hands, and I don't want to keep my neighbor up with it. So I'm just gonna mix, and then mix some more. I want to show you how smooth it is for hand smoothed cheesecake, at least. It's not perfect, but trust me, it's a lot better than it was. So we did this for about 15-20 minutes before we got it nice and smooth. Or at least smooth enough. Maybe even a half hour, maybe, to get it to this consistency. So I think now this is probably ready. It can go in the fridge. So I have some of these crushed up biscoff cookies. Crush up any other big pieces that might be in there. I'm out of salt, otherwise I would say put a little bit of salt in here. However, I do have salted butter, so that should be good. It's a little bit of cinnamon. Hopefully that might not be too... Oh, that should be okay, actually. So quite a bit of cinnamon, actually. Now let's add some melted butter. Try a little bit at a time. This is almost perfect, so I don't want to add much more or I'll mess it up. So I'll add just a little bit more. I did decide to add the rest in here. Let's break them up and mix them in there. Okay, so we have our ramekins and we have our crushed up biscoff cookies. So let's pour a little bit into each dish. Oh, oops. Don't do that. Is there water in that? Oh no, there's water in this ramekin. There was still some water left in that ramekin. That's not good. Well, let's just pray that it works out. We're not done, but we're just gonna smooth them out to see if maybe we need to steal some from here. Just a touch, just a snoot, just a little snoot. A couple more drips because you don't want to overdo it either, believe me. And I did end up mixing in some of my Christmas sprinkles. Because why not? See? Already thickening, so it's working. Thank goodness. In one of our ramekins, we have a little bald spot, but the rest are good. You know, I think I dropped enough on this countertop to make a whole nother slice of cheesecake. Look at that. It's definitely working. So let's fold in. Let's just fold in some of these sprinkles gently because we don't want them to get all broken up and gross. And they didn't really get gross when they broke up. Oh no. Looks like the color's running a little more than I expected. So hop to it, be quick, and don't let it get too melty. So then get your cheesecake filling evenly, or as evenly as possible, distributed into your ramekins. Start smoothing them out. I think these ones have a little more than this one, so I'm going to clean this out and add it to smooth these out. And then they go in the fridge for several hours. Probably, I would say, until morning. This is the last one, and then I think I'll like tap them. Make sure they get in there. This one looks like it has a little more beef in it than the other ones. There, okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's do a little tap. But I don't want to do it on the counter, so I'll have to do it on my hand. Hold on. Pretty level. We have 3, see? This is the butter over here, so we have our 3 little cheesecakes. And I'm going to sprinkle. Sprinkle some of these on top. I'm going to cover these in plastic wrap. It says to keep it in the fridge for 3 hours or until firm, but I'm going to definitely be keeping them overnight. So, I've seen people make a melted spider web with marshmallow, and I don't want it for that, but I have an idea. Maybe I could decorate my cheesecake with like strands of melted marshmallow because I don't have any white chocolate. I thought I did. Walk away for 10 seconds and it's already starting to brown and go, you know, the butter. So thankfully it didn't burn, but we got awful close. In reality, we really won't be using much, but it's better to have too much and save it for something else than to not have enough. Put half in here and half in here. Let's see if this will work. I don't want to overdo it, but I also want to make sure that I put enough on there. Otherwise, what is even the point, you know? I've never done anything like this before. Oh no, my design. Okay, let's see if we can fix it. It's working. Now, I think this is something that you have to do very fast because it's already solidifying on me a little bit. Get it stuck to this maybe. Oh no. This is great. I like it though. Uh-oh, it's sticking to the other one. Hold on. Doesn't taste that bad. And it tastes like brown butter. So this... Ooh, that's really hot though. Ooh, one second. That was a bit too hot. So, you know, let it cool up a little bit. I thought it would be okay, but it was still pretty hot. We're okay. We're okay. But ouchie. Be very careful when you do this. It's a little bit hotter than I thought it was. It's kind of messy, but I kind of like it so far. At least, like, I don't hate it. That's for sure. And I'm liking decorating like this. Oh, shoot. It's very fun, actually. So just be careful not to burn yourself because it is hot sugar. We're going to go back and clean them up, too. Ah, I just put my finger in the cheesecake. Oh, no. No, what are we going to do about that? All right, let's see if I can get this to work. Woo! I almost drug it off the table. Or off the counter. I almost drug it right off the counter. Ooh, those marshmallows got a little bit browned in brown butter. It's really tasty. But I don't know about you guys. I'm a big marshmallow girl, though. I love marshmallows so much. Uh-oh, it's bleeding. Okay, I'm gonna have to pop these in the freezer then, really quick here. So we're only gonna do this one at a time. I'm gonna break up the pieces of marshmallow that are stuck to the side of the dish. Make it, you know, cuter that way, more presentable. We're gonna do it as quick as possible. Break up, and it's working quite well. Want to add a little bit more Christmas sprinkles just to make it a little cuter. Not much more. There is quite a bit of sprinkles on here already, but that's okay. This is Christmas time. You need a few Christmas sprinkles, I would think, at least. You know what I need that I never thought I'd have to say that I needed before? It never even came to mind. I think I need sprinkle tweezers so that way I can actually get in here with my hands and grab the things that I need, you know? Grab what I need specifically instead of just trying and hoping for the best. I'm not sure that I would put this marshmallow on it. Oh no. Well, let's see how it looks from this angle. No, that's the worst angle. See, I need tweezers. It didn't really work. Sprinkles on the other one now. Definitely make this ahead of time. Let that cheesecake filling absorb the spices because it's better today than it was when I tried it yesterday.